Hello, my name is Anthony Vidana. I was an engineer in Downey working in Building 1, and this video is about Building 1. This is where they built the spacecraft, fabricated the Apollo spacecraft. This building was huge. It's almost a square mile, and the facility was bigger too. Anyway, the building consisted of half fabrication area and half offices. To give an example of the size of this thing, I showed this crowd there on the east side of the building itself. Now the building made these mock-ups made out of wood, and these mock-ups are used for demonstration. Anyway, the mock-ups were also made there with the spacecraft and boilerplates. Now, boilerplate is just the same as a spacecraft, but it was used for different purpose. It was used for testing the vehicle by dropping on or dropping off of parachutes, or just to test the physical condition of the actual spacecraft. If it handled the abuse that would be encountered when going into space and returning. These are photos showing the boilerplates and the actual spacecraft. Shows some of the fixtures that were used, and this high bay area. This high bay area is pretty huge too. The spacecraft were assembled there and constructed and machined and whatever. It was done. The spacecraft were also had the heat shields made here too. There was a lot of specialized tools that were used in this particular spacecraft. There's some of the, like this big piece of equipment. And I'm not from the fabrication area itself. I was testing for engineering, and this was I was not a fabrication engineer, but there was a lot of equipment that I saw that I didn't know exactly what it was. But I thought it'd be important to show it here so people can have a good idea how complex this thing was to put together. This is showing the heat shields. The heat shields were used to absorb the heat to keep the astronauts safe. There was a heat shield on the bottom. It was actually burned off. It had made out of some type of resin, and it's kind of like charcoal. It burned off by layers so that it would keep the heat away from the spacecraft, the astronauts. And these bottom heat shields took a lot of abuse. Anyway, here's another view of how complicated they were. They had some special equipment inside of them. I'm not sure what those was. It might be heat sensors. Here's a spacecraft 009 heat shield. This is the one of the service module heat shields. This is the completed bird here showing without the heat shields, and that's what it looked like. And this one has the heat shields on it, on a jig. This is one of the birds taking out pressure tests, and that was also in Building 1, the pressure test facility for checking hoses and stuff. They had this is a picture of the heat shield. It looks like in the bottom of the service module for the rocket. And we had fabrication crews that were working on this. We had thousands of people working in there, so I just was able to show a few that I found in the company newsletter. And this is an open house we had there at one time. And the cable assembly, we had used a lot of cables on the Apollo. This is a fabrication, this is a machining area, and that was called mixed in. The photo processing and the engineering offices, and we had an auditorium, a library, the training facilities were in the office areas. And this is an office area I worked in when I was working in facilities later on. Now we get into the DEI room, which was a spacecraft display area. When they first made this thing, it was kind of empty and didn't have anything specialized. They just put the birds in there, and they'd have put chairs and things for dignitaries. And they got a little more sophisticated. There's a mock-up there, what they look like. And they would, another mock-up and another mock-up. Anyway, they got a little more sophisticated. They put some display windows and a lot more things that can be used for displaying the spacecrafts. And I got some pictures from how personal photos I took when the space shuttle was going on. It shows you all the improvements on that particular DEI room. So I'm getting pretty close to the end of this, so I want to wish you thank you for watching my video, and goodbye. Thank you.